In this lesson, the target states, I can compare and order integers on a number line and determine absolute values. So things we're going to need to review are, what are integers and what is absolute value? The things we're going to need to be able to do, compare, order, and determine. Let's take a look at this number line as an example. If we look at -3 and +3, it's important to point out that they're both the same distance from 0. -3 is 3 units from 0 and +3 is 3 units from 0. Therefore, they're opposites. Another word for opposite is additive inverse. Two numbers that are the same distance from 0. And the reason they're the additive inverse is because if we added them together, 3 plus -3, we would get 0. Since we're talking about integers, here's a few helpful things to remember. Looking at this number line, anything to the right of 0 are our positive integers, and anything to the left of 0 are our negative integers. 0 is neither positive or negative, but our integers are the set of whole numbers and their opposites. By using integers, you can express numbers in situations that are both positive and negative, such as elevation, debt, par on a golf course. So an integer is a positive or negative whole number. It describes a set of numbers. Whole numbers, no decimals, no fractions, and their opposites. So we're dealing with positives and negatives. So let's take a look at what this target wants us to do. It wants us to compare numbers, put them in order numbers, and find or determine absolute values of numbers. It might be helpful for you to draw a quick number line in your notebook as a visual aid to help you do this, or maybe you could look around in your classroom. I bet there's a number line somewhere on the wall. If we had to compare these two numbers, 2 and -2, a number line could help me visualize this. The greater than and less than symbol needs to be inserted in this box. Remember, the Pac-Man wants to eat the bigger number. So Pac-Man's mouth is always going to be open towards the large value. So since 2 is to the right of 0, it's positive, and -2 is to the left of 0, it's negative. 2 is a larger number, so 2 would be greater than -2. Likewise, -2 is less than +2. To put numbers in order, it might be helpful to plot them on your number line. So if you took these 4 numbers and plotted them on your number line, 4 is here, 2 is here, -3 is here, and -5 is here, I have 4 blue dots, each dot representing one of the numbers I need to put in order from least to greatest. So my smallest value is the one furthest to the left, and my largest value is the one furthest to the right. And if I just look at my number line from left to right, I have them in order. -5 is less than -3, which is less than 2, which is less than 4. I could have just put them in order and listed them, but using the greater than or less than symbol helps me understand that -5 is less than 4, or -5 is less than 2. So a number line can be helpful in ordering numbers from least to greatest. The last thing to do is find or determine absolute value. So absolute value answers the question of how far away is that number from 0? Because the absolute value symbol, these bars that surround the 6, are something for you to do, like an operation. Find the absolute value of 6. Well, 6 is 6 units away from 0. So the absolute value of 6 is 6. So this says, find the absolute value of -3. So how far away from 0 is -3? Well, -3 is 3 units away from 0. So the absolute value of -3 is 3. Okay, now it's your turn. You try. Click pause. Copy the number line in your notebook, because that'll probably help you answer each question. So draw a quick line and tick marks and set up your number line like mine from -7 to +7. And as you try numbers 1 through 6, use the number line to help you be very confident about your answer. First, numbers 1 and 2, plot a point for each integer and its opposite on the number line. So you need a number line to do that. Number 3 and 4, order the numbers from least to greatest, using the greater than and less than symbols. Plot them on your number line like we did in the example. Number 5 and 6, find the absolute value of each number. Good luck. Click pause. Try them out. When you're done, click play and I'll go over them. Okay, number 1. Plot a point for each integer and its opposite on the number line. So I could plot -3 and its opposite would be 3. So number 1, this would be the correct answer, plotting both of those points. Number 2, 6 and its opposite, -6. So on your number line, if you plotted a point for 6 and -6, you'd be correct. Maybe down here you stated its opposite for each one. That also wouldn't be bad, knowing that the opposite of -3 is 3 and the opposite of 6 is -6. Number 3, order these numbers from least to greatest using the greater than or less than symbol. Grab a new color here, how about orange? -2, 0, and -6. Back on -6 again. To order these numbers from least to greatest, I would just look at those 3 points I plotted from left to right. -6 is less than 0, and 0 is, oops, that was -2. Let me go back. No big deal, I'll just fix that really quickly. -6 is less than -2, and -2 is less than 0. Whew. Plotting those 3 points and reading them from left to right could help me though. Okay, one more. Grab a new color. 3, -1, and 4. So if I plot a point on each one of those in purple, 3, -1, and -4, and look at them from left to right on the number line, the number furthest to the left is going to be my smallest number. So -4 is less than -1, which is less than 3. From left to right, that is least to greatest. Okay, last question. Find the absolute value of, there's my absolute value symbol, -7. So -7 is how many units away or steps away from 0. It is 7 units away from 0. So the absolute value of -7 is 7. And the absolute value of 2 is 2, because it's 2 units away from 0. How'd you do? Check your answers with X's and C's. Great job.